What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. This is the coolest dude on YouTube, the Spiffy G for 53. And we back with another one, man. Hey, this one right here, like, caught me off guard. I just seen this. Because it's like after all these years, after 50, put it like this. I'm 53, 65, 68. That's 3 more years. I'm 53, so 56. Okay, man. So 56 years ago, you know what I mean? MalcolmX got killed. Now, a lot of people speculated that it was Muslims that did it, you know what I'm saying, within his own people because he was talking too much. He was a threat. He was just doing too much. I can't get into everything because I got to, like, go back and really, like, recap everything. But just to, like, speed it along, what it is this video is about New York is about to pay $36 million for 2 men who were wrongly convicted of killing Malcolm X. So we would be wondering, like, okay, now, who really did that shit? Because our government already been lying to us since we've been born. You know what I mean? For real. So it's like, who to say that, you know what I'm saying, they so, you know, I mean, they gonna tell us the truth. You know what I mean? Straight up. They've been lying to us for years. They've been telling us that it's been weather balloons in the sky when it be aliens. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't even really think that we the only people on Earth, just us. Big old world, big old galaxy, big old... Man, I'm telling you, y'all. People are sleeping, man. And I hate when people sleep like that. So this video right here, man, let's wake up and let's continue to see what's going on. Now, we've been losing a lot of brothers in the rap game right now. I just did a video on that like about 2 hours ago. But we did a video on that. So it's like it never stopped from what they've been trying to do. Their agenda is to just constantly take our world leaders or our richest people down. Because if they can control us, like with the, you know what I'm saying, with the little welfare, giving you little money and, you know, stopping you from getting certain jobs and all that, that's the way they can get the regular people. You know what I'm saying? Giving us welfare and all that type of shit. You know, so a lot of us got to go work for white people to really, like, get a little come up. You feel me? I don't even know why, man, when we can create our own lanes. But, you know, just not to speak too much. It's like, that's why Dog got popped. Because he was too powerful for him. That's why Martin got popped. He was too powerful for him. Black Panther leaders, too powerful for him. You know what I'm saying? Whoever these scary white people are, not all white people are like that. I'm saying the evil, crooked ones that's really like that. We got to, like, man, we got to, like, expose them, man. We got to get them up out of here. For everybody else that want a fruitful life, you feel me? We're going to go and get into this little video right here, man, because they finna tell you who actually killed Dog. You know what I'm saying? Because the 2 people that went to jail for all these years for killing them, they finna get them $36 million for all them years they spent in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's be more careful. Let's sharpen up our tools. It shouldn't be no dummies at home. You know what I'm saying? Because we got Google at our disposal. We got laptops and, you know what I'm saying, iPads and shit. So we should never be dummies around here. Let's pick up these computers more and let's start learning about this shit, man. Let's start learning about our ancestors, our people before us. Just because we living now, we're trying to push on and live and continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to have no super future if you don't know where your beginning came from. So we finna get into this, man, and let this lady speak. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can find out exactly. You know, because I don't like getting shit twisted. I like y'all to hear from the sources that know the information. I'm just over here spreading the extra news. I'm sharing. Like I would want y'all to do is share, like, subscribe to the channel, baby. I'm sharing this information to y'all if you've never seen it before. So without no further ado, we finna go and get it in, man, and let she tell you what happened. Let's go.
New York City and New York State have agreed to pay a total of $36 million to settle lawsuits on behalf of 2 men who were wrongly convicted and jailed for decades for assassinating Malcolm X in 1965. Last year, a judge tossed out convictions against Muhammad Aziz and the late Khalil Islam after finding serious miscarriages of justice. An investigation by the Manhattan DA's office and the Innocence Project found that prosecutors, the FBI, the New York Police Department omitted key evidence around Malcolm X's murder. Muhammad Aziz spent 2 decades in prison before being released on parole. He was interviewed by ABC earlier this year.
People knew while you were there that you were one of the men convicted of killing Malcolm. Were there threats because of that?
To me? No.
Yes, sir.
No. The people know I didn't do it. Nobody ever thought I did it, just white people. Our people never thought I did it.
The other man exonerated was Khalil Islam. He died more than a decade ago, in 2009, but his family filed suit on his behalf. The settlement comes 2 years after Netflix released a documentary titled Who Killed Malcolm X, which raised new questions about the assassination. This is the trailer.
We're not brutalized because we're Muslims. We're brutalized because we are black people in America.
Power of this man's courage to say this stuff. It changed the entire trajectory of my life.
He was becoming a figure that transcended the Nation of Islam.
It was politics that really started the rift between Malcolm and the nation.
The white man is the greatest hate teacher that ever lived there.
The FBI was deathly afraid of someone like Malcolm X.
What kind of democracy is that?
People had to start wondering if something happens to Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm becomes the leader, it's over for all of us.
And just then the gunfire went off.
Malcolm's death never sat right with me.
The investigation was a failure.
Asking who's guilty is a dangerous question to ask.
What is the real story?
It's in the history book. Leave it there. Leave it alone.
Elijah Muhammad told everybody, do not raise a hand against Malcolm X.
He didn't have to give the order. Someone would take care of it.
The FBI should have known.
Why doesn't someone want to get to the bottom of this?
They never had any intentions of seriously investigating that assassination.
That is my mission. I'm not going to stop until I get justice. Because the official count of who killed Malcolm X, it's not true.
The trailer to the 2020 Netflix documentary series.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, dog, they been holding a lot of secrets from us. And it's crazy if it would have been like his own people to take him out, but I wasn't even here. But just to know about what had happened to dog, to watch the Malcolm X movie, to see that it was supposed to have been us that took him out, I'm like, man, they started that shit like way back then, making it seem like it was black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? For real. So it's like, man, we got to stay sharp and we got to stay together more, man. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But everybody I see that continue to do wrong, what we need to do as real black people or whatever, when we see within our race that they fucking up, we need to take care of our own. You know what I'm saying? Instead of letting the police and them do it. Now, I ain't saying like really like take somebody out or whatever, basically. But we need to like separate them and then like put them wherever they may want to need to go or whatever, man. Shoot them out of space. You know what I'm saying? Put them in a submarine, send them under the water, and just let them live where they live. We don't need that no more, man, on Earth, man. We got kids and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? We want our kids to have a prosperous future. And it's like, man, they've been doing that shit since 65. This 2022. And it's getting worse now. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I pray for all the messengers right now today. Because when you talk too much, they try to kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. It's like you want to teach somebody something so they can know something, but they don't want you to know, so they going to kill you. That's crazy. What God made a person like that? You know what I'm saying? God made a person to kill somebody, to teach somebody about knowledge? But then again, hey, it started with Jesus too first. He was talking too much. He was too powerful for him. And see, y'all see the trend, man? And I bet you if Jesus was a white Christian, like they say with the blue eye, the real white Jesus with the blue eye, they wouldn't have killed dog. You know what I'm saying? So he had to be black. Real fact. Let's go, though. Let's finish this story right quick, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm finna start getting into some politics or something. I got to get my study on, man. Because this shit is, like, intriguing to me just to know that it's so crooked in the world. And it's like a few people is the ones that's the leaders and shit. They need to get God. Like that, not like that, not, you know, I ain't even trying to bring no violence against nobody. But if y'all bringing it against us, God gave us the ingenuity to be able to protect ourselves. You feel me? So let's finish the story, man, and see what's going on, man. I'm sorry about that. I just have to get shit out. Communicating with my folks. Let's go.
Who killed Malcolm X. That last voice, Abdur-Rahman Muhammad, is joining us now. Independent scholar, historian, journalist, writer, and activist. Widely regarded as one of the most respected authorities on the life and legacy of Malcolm X. We are also joined by David Shanies, civil rights and wrongful conviction attorney. He represented Muhammad Aziz and the family of Khalil Islam, who were exonerated this year and just settled for $36 million. David Shanies, let's begin with you. How did this negotiation take place? What was acknowledged?
Well, thanks for having me, Amy. First of all, the first settlement was with the state of New York. That happened a few months ago. The recent news was the settlement with the city of New York, which happened just last week. Fortunately, and this is the exception, not the norm, both of those entities wanted to come to the table immediately. They were both serious about trying to resolve these cases, and it was important to resolve them quickly. As you know, this case had a 50-year injustice that lingered and lingered and lingered. So for the government to resolve these cases immediately was essential.
And David, in terms of the size of the settlement, how was that reached by New York City? Because there was always, obviously, the questions about to what degree the New York City Police Department was aware of the assassination. Infamously, they had an undercover agent, Gene Roberts, who was part of the security detail. So to what degree did the responsibilities of New York City, not just in terms of the convictions of the men, but of the role of the New York City Police Department in Malcolm's death come into play?
Before they get started on that, so now y'all know how Martin was killed, right? So y'all think somebody black popped dog too? Come on, man. Y'all think somebody, y'all think somebody black popped the Black Panthers? Y'all think somebody black really popped the people that they saying that somebody black popped? Come on, man. All that shit is setups, bruh. Snipers from far that could do stuff that people don't even know about. And that's crazy, man. On the real. They got hell of a snipers out there that could take you out from long ranges. All they got to do is get you where they need you to stand. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying, man? Come on, man.
A great question, because there are a lot of questions about who was responsible for this injustice. You have the FBI, of course, who hid a mountain of information that would have exonerated these men. But the New York City Police Department's hands were just as dirty. They had, as you said, an undercover police officer in the ballroom who witnessed the assassination, who could have corroborated the trial testimony of Mujahid Halim, who tried to exonerate these men, said they had nothing to do with it. I don't know these men. But the NYPD sat on that information for decades.
I want to go to another clip to introduce our next guest from the documentary Who Killed Malcolm X.
Hey, so you know that LAPD polices and New York PD polices so far the most crooked motherfuckers we know. They met Biggie, Pac, LA, New York, and they been, come on. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, dog, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, bro.
In the 1960s, the FBI launched one of the biggest counterintelligence operations in its entire history.
Black people everywhere today are fed up with the hypocrisy practiced by whites.
And they kept a very close watch on Brother Malcolm.
And if something isn't done, then I'm afraid that you will have a racial explosion, and a racial explosion is more deadly than an atomic explosion.
J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI, was deathly afraid of someone like Malcolm X. Malcolm was being surveilled, he was being followed, his phone was tapped.
If you look at the investigation of Malcolm X, It's when he becomes a public figure for the Nation of Islam that the Bureau starts taking more of an interest into his subversive rhetoric.
You seem to be dissatisfied with everything. Just what do you want? I'm not dissatisfied with everything. I'm just telling you that the Negroes themselves should take whatever steps necessary to defend themselves.
The FBI had multiple high-ranking, paid human informants in the leadership of the Nation of Islam. Could it have been that FBI informants were actively involved in Malcolm's murder? Almost certainly so.
Some members of the Nation of Islam became willing tools, but they were the puppets. The puppeteers were in charge of that whole situation.
So just like how we popping each other, like the takeoff situation and all that, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't in no ballroom or nothing like that. It was at a bowling alley. But you know what I'm saying? But in front of your peoples, and your peoples is the one that took you out. And then it's like it probably was like from a higher source of somebody white to pay them to be like, hey, we don't even give a fuck. Just do that shit. You ain't gonna go to jail. That's probably what they be telling these people, man. The dude that killed Nipsey, man, they could take them to jail all day long on the news to us. But when they gone and we sleep and shit, we don't know what they doing. Dog could be in a jail cell, nigga, with a big screen TV just chilling. And they just giving them dap for doing that shit. We gotta watch out for the devils of each race. Put it like that. Because I'm not gonna like put it on the whole race that they're evil like that. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because I love a lot of my white folks. I got Mexican peoples. You know what I'm saying? My Philippine people that I never met, but you know what I'm saying, that rock with your boy. Man, I love everybody, bro. We all human. Our blood is blue in the inside. When that shit come out, it's red. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop tripping, man. We all bleed the same. We got to be prepared for, man, if some aliens came and invaded us, we gone. This they shit. Because we already killing and robbing and raping each other and shit like that. That's crazy. Aliens would be like, they easy prey. You know what I'm saying? It's so many, a billion or whatever, and you know it's that many aliens, or you know it's that many other people somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So we can automatically be taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like on the real. So come on, man. Let's wake up, y'all. So who killed Malcolm X, man? It was a setup, and they was trying to hush him up, man. Just like they doing to everybody right now today. Let's go.
In this next clip from the Netflix docuseries Who Killed Malcolm X, our guest, Abdur-Rahman Muhammad, describes footage of the scene outside the Audubon Ballroom after the 1965 assassination of Malcolm X.
Rest in peace,
The coroner ruled the cause of death to be the shotgun pellet. It wasn't the wounds from the shooters after the shot that killed Malcolm X. The cause of death was ruled to be the sawed-off shotgun.
Rally attendees seized one of the gunmen as he tried to escape the Audubon.
There is archival film of the scene outside the Audubon Ballroom right after the assassination.
Policemen engaged in a brutal tug-of-war.
You see a scuffle between the police and the crowd that was trying to beat down Talmadge Hayer, the only one of the assassins to confess. And there's a man standing on the edge of that crowd who looks a lot like William Bradley, who, according to Hayer, fired the shotgun that killed Malcolm. And he's feigning like he's part of the brawl. And in that kind of misdirection, he steps back, and then you see him walk across the frame very calmly, closing his coat, and he just walks away. This is how he got away. If William Bradley is the man who pulled off that shotgun and took the life of Malcolm X, and I can prove it, I want to confront him face to face.
That's Abdur-Rahman Muhammad, independent scholar, historian, journalist, and activist in the docuseries on Netflix, Who Killed Malcolm X. And Abdur-Rahman Muhammad is joining us right now. So $36 million has been awarded to these two men who served decades in prison. Mohammed Aziz, who is alive, and Khalil Islam, who died over 10 years ago. So he did not know. He was never vindicated in his lifetime to the public. And then you are describing who, in fact, did kill Malcolm X. Talk about your response to what has now taken place, and are the people involved, are any still alive?
To my knowledge, no. They are all deceased. There's really
including
no
J.
one,
Edgar Hoover.
Including J. Edgar Hoover, and I tend to believe that that's the reason why we've been able to get this far in terms of whatever kind of justice we've been able to attain. It's because it's so far along in the history that most of these personalities are long since deceased.
And Abdur-Rahman Muhammad, clearly...
I want to say something right quick. Just looking at that, knowing that Malcolm X was a real great public figure like that. Every celebrity that dies has an open casket like that. And I'm just still trying to wonder, and it's not on this topic, but I'm just trying to wonder why we never seen Michael Jackson in his coffin. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that later, though. I just wanted to ask that now that I've seen Martin, I seen Malcolm, I seen Elvis Presley, I seen everybody, Sammy Davis Jr., everybody in the casket except Michael Jackson. Real talk, though. If y'all, I ain't talking about the little, Photoshop Mike in the casket, because he used to play land in caskets and stuff. So they could probably took a picture of him when he was playing in it, and then they'd be like, that's one right there. Nah, I'm talking about when he had the live funeral. Dog casket was not open for us to see Mike in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they be covering shit up too. And then you look at it like 50-something years. I just turned 53. I'm about to be 54. And it's like, damn, if you get 50 years like today, that's like living my life. Like, I had a long life. And it's like you cannot possibly be at the age you are right now doing dumb shit to get caught up to go to jail to get 50-something plus years. You know what I'm saying? Free R. Kelly, too. Let's go.
Louis Farrakhan, the head of the Nation of Islam, is still around. And he famously, I think it was in 2000, in a 60 Minutes interview, claimed that he did not order the assassination of Malcolm, but he admitted that he created the climate in which the assassination took place. I'm wondering your sense of to what degree the actual perpetrators or intellectual authors of this crime were ever held to justice.
Well, let me set the record straight here. He did quite a bit more than that. I mean, he was at the mosque, number 25. The mosque that we documented was the epicenter of the murder plot against Malcolm X. He preached there that afternoon, the very afternoon that Malcolm was delivering or was set to deliver his talk at the Audubon Ballroom. So, what he knows and what we can prove that he knows, those are two different things. But he did quite a bit more than create the climate. He was, as we say, he was in the nest of the plot.
And were you ever able to confront him, Abdur-Rahman Muhammad?
Well, our producers reached out to him, and he declined to participate in the project in any way, viscerally so.
Because that means, okay, you know what I'm saying, that just like how they be doing right now in the day. You know what I'm saying? You'll have somebody else killed that could have been way more powerful than you. You didn't want that to happen, so it's like you secretly had something to do with it too. So we got to watch these fake little new leaders up to date right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, there's a lot of crooked people out there, man. And all I want to see is the United States and anybody else all over the world to just have fair people that's like in control of, you know what I'm saying, they judgments and everything. It's like our Congress, you know what I'm saying, our presidents, you know what I'm saying, our secretaries. We need some real decent people to take on those type of roles. So they need more extensive background checks before they start giving just anybody jobs and shit, straight up. I'm going to let them finish this off, man, because I ain't the one that really talk too much. I like to put all my shit in song. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let me get it in, man, and let's finish it up, baby. But who killed Malcolm, man? You know what I mean? Who killed him? You know what I'm saying? So, therefore, we know who killed him. It's like if it was our folks, it was still influenced by somebody in a higher white, you know what I'm saying, situation. You know what I'm saying? He had to be shut up because he was doing too much. Man, that's sad, man. That's crazy how people act, man. But we know that the devil got his set of people on earth just as well. So God's people, we need to rain on these devils, man. Holler. Let's go.
And what do you think is most important for the world to understand right now? Because clearly Malcolm X was a world leader. He was a human rights leader in what took place and the role of the FBI in this.
Well, we should understand that Malcolm's legacy is, it looms larger today than it did even in his own lifetime. Part of the reason why it has taken so much time to attain some measure of justice in this case is because at the time of his assassination, the general public essentially took the position of the government. You know, his own people were after him, and they finally got him. Case closed. You know, there weren't too many people identifying with these wrongly accused brothers. Right. He was not treated in the same way as Dr. King was, and he was not accorded the same respect and acclaim, as I should say, that Dr. King was able to garner. And so his case just faded to black, but now his star looms large on the international stage, and he is regarded as an icon and a hero and a great revolutionary. And so for that reason, we learned that in the passage of time, the true measure of a man is revealed.
You feel what I'm saying?
We only have about a minute left, but this $36 million settlement comes on top of $20 million that New York State agreed to pay. Why was we can see the FBI, the federal government, the New York City police, but why? What was the culpability of the state in all of this?
So,
thank you. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, sorry, Abdur-Rahman. Yeah, just to clarify that one. The total between the city and state is $36 million. So it was 26 from the city and 10 from the state that came previously. And the reason the state paid is because New York State is one of few states in the country that has a law that compensates people who are wrongfully convicted and imprisoned. And that's a major movement of, my partners at the Innocence Project and other organizations to get similar laws passed in the rest of the country.
You still got white people fighting for wrongful black people that got convicted of shit like that, man. So therefore, there's not a lot of bad white people out there, man. We got to stop acting like that. You feel me? Hey, man, give everybody they love and they flowers, man. Dead or alive, dog. Let's holler. Let's go, man. Because before I die, I want to leave a legacy, even if I got to do it like this. And y'all get to witness me while I'm gone, just to go through all these videos. Y'all know that I once lived, and I meant good by all humans, and I love each and every one of y'all on earth, and that's from the bottom of my heart. Holler at your boy. Ha! Hit squad. Ha! Ha! And reckless. You know what I'm saying? MC Doc, baby. We came to do this. You heard?